my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dr. Dave. Outstanding. Now for sampling pleasures and tasting delights. Today we have a local brewery. This is from the Masthead Brewery, located in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. This is I'm not sure how to pronounce this first word, but I know that's cerveza. Yeah, it's a Mexican style lager, and this is brewed with lime. Anytime you see the words Mexican style lager, you can bet your last dollar it's brewed with salt, lime, corn, or a combination of all three. Well, this checks in at 4.8% alcohol by volume, and according to the date stamp on the bottom, it is 91 days old. A little bit of time on this style of beer is not going to do any harm. 91 days, nothing for this beer. And that's why we always put it over here on the side and we put it in a bowl because it had a little bit of, how shall we say, eruption. I do have glassware from this brewery, but it's not appropriate for the style. Always use this type of glassware for a lager slash pilsner. We're expecting a very light pour here. This glass is not edged, so we'll go ahead and tip it up so we can get some nice foam on the top here. And I think we've succeeded. Let's move that over there. All right, there we go. Don't want any accidents here. That stuff is way too much money to be spilling liquid into it, huh? Very beautiful, clear color there. It's a light golden color. It has a fair amount of carbonation, not what I would expect, but again, this glassware is not etched, so that's why it doesn't look like it has very much carbonation. Most of my glassware these days is etched, but I'm a traditionalist when it comes to pilsners and lagers. Man, you got to use the right glassware. Why would you use a tulip glass or something like that? Let's see what kind of aroma we can get. Mm, definitely picking up some lime in there, and it could be the sweetness is from the corn. It could use corn. They could use, I don't know, I'm not going to say for sure. That could also be the malt, that sweetness. But we're going to go ahead and drink this. But before we do, we're going to thank the brewers there at Masthead Brewing Company in Cleveland for all the hard work they do. Man, they got a beautiful brew pub down there, and they serve great pizza, I can tell you that. Thank you so much for the work you do, and thank you for those who are watching at home. Cheers. Very subtle hint of lime. It's not overpowering by any stretch of the imagination. Very subtle hint of lime. Now, you'll probably see some people in the bar put a lime wedge. Man, I'm just not how about that. That's done on Corona and some other beers that some people think that they have a skunky aroma to it, and that lime or that lemon takes away the skunkiness. Well, I have one thing to say about that. If you think the beer is skunky, why are you drinking it? What, just because it's fashionable or because it's on happy hour and it's dirt cheap? Yeah, if you have to do something with your beer, like put a lime or a lemon wedge on it to even out the flavors and taste and aromas, and you don't want to drink that beer, man. Why are you drinking it? Well, as is typical with this style of beer, it's not. The head is not holding up. There's not a lot of foam. There's a little bit of lacing here on the side of the glassware, but this is the kind of beer that you would want to consume on an extremely hot day. Today here in Northeast Ohio, it was 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which for the rest of the world is about 32 degrees Celsius. That's pretty hot. That's extremely hot. And when the heat index goes over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, that's craziness. And that's what it was here today. So this style of beer is good to refresh yourself on a hot day, although it's a misnomer because alcohol does more harm to your body than good, especially in hot weather. But that's okay because when you're inside in the air conditioner and you have a nice cold beer, it's still refreshing. But if you're going to be outside and you want to drink, not such a good idea. But hey, life is short, man. You got to do what makes you happy. I don't care, man. Who cares? It's good, it's bad, it's indifferent. I almost spilled that when I was just reaching for my stir stick so we can bring some life back to this beer. See, all you got to do is put it in there and stir it up for a minute. I learned that trick from a bartender years ago at the Cleveland Chop House in downtown Cleveland. I wonder what that guy's doing now, man. That's been, that's been 25 years. Let's drink to that, baby. Mm. Very good indeed. Now, I was expecting a little bit more lime in there, and I'm glad it doesn't have all that lime because, man, that turns me off quick. I don't know if it was Bud Lime last year, the year before. Man, that just had way too much lime in it. Some beer and a bunch of lime. That's what it was. Oh, it was terrible. Mm. Anyway, this is a very light bodied beer, very light carbonation, extremely light carbonation. Yeah, it's not present at all. And you can tell by the amount of foam that's come and gone. But it is good. It's clean, crisp, and refreshing, and it does the job. It does the job. So again, this is from the Masthead Brewing Company, located in Cleveland, Ohio. Cerveza, Mexican-style lager with lime. A very good beer. Very good. I wish I knew how to pronounce that, but I never had a Spanish class, and I have to profess my ignorance on that. I don't know. I'm not even going to try it. Yeah, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. But we all know what cerveza is, or we should. Yeah, cerveza, beer. All right, my friends, life is short. Let's be happy. And on that note, until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers.